It's bugs. Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a Memorial Day video right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So do it now. And leave a comment on this video if you like. But if you leave stupid comments, well, you're going to get smacked around, sent to the Shadow Realm, and then Ozzy and Satan will come out and laugh at you and then eat your godforsaken soul. Because you're a fucking idiot. So don't do it. Go do it somewhere else. And have fun there. Because you're not going to do it on mine. You don't like it? Then cry about it some more, little bitch. And that's that. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, you might get slapped even more because you're SOL. You know what that means by now. I think we all know what that means. So if you don't know, look it up like the lazy fuck that you are, or just be stupid, I guess. I don't know. But it is what it is. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, all that other good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Grab the tasty cold one and enjoy the show. If you like it, great, then get out of here. But you'll stay because you got nothing to do with your so-called life. It is what it is. Me and the missus is going to go out for a little walk in a little bit. And then, come back, and then we're going to watch Monday Night Raw, have some din-din, and then go to sleep. Because we got things to do this week. And, hey, that rhymes. But, I guess. So, we have lives, you don't, kiss our ass, and, that's it. Let me move on. But I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a great Memorial Day. If you're living in the Northeast, well, today was a good day because it was a little bit of rain this morning, but cleared up. Nice sunshine, not too cold. Right now, it's going to be nice and warm tomorrow, around 80, 82 degrees tomorrow, so it's going to feel nicer than this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. But it goes down a little bit by the end of the week, but should be fine. No, as far as I know, no big storms coming around as we finish off this final week of May and we begin June, which is pretty much the end of the first half of the year. So, we're almost there. Almost done with the first half of 2026, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully for some of us, and some of you, the second half of The Price is Right, the second half of 2026 will be much better than this half. But we'll see what happens with that. That's all it is. Alright, we got Monday Night Raw coming up in about an hour. Happy birthday to my tribal chief. You put up your ones for your tribal chief too. Roman Reigns. Birthday's today. Happy 41st birthday to the tribal chief. We're going to see him tonight in a contract signing. Another one with Jacob Fatu, before this Sunday afternoon's Clash in Italy pay-per-view. See how that goes. Brock and Oba will be in the building. See how that goes. And a whole lot more on your 2+ hour cure for insomnia. That's Monday Night Raw on the great streaming service of Netflix. And we also got Pentagon Zero Miedo on the show. Well, is he the Intercontinental Champion? Well, thank you for asking. Because right now, it is time for your late and out-of-date Saturday night's main event, episode 44 review from this past Saturday night, and we are emanating from the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yep! Scared them Cowboys that day. Alright. Pretty good show. Our commentary team, as always, on, Saturday's main event and pay-per-view, the legendary Michael Cole and Bad News Wade Barrett. Michael Cole, I got some bad news for you. You gotta sit next to me, bloody ha. Okay, moving on with that. Alright, so I'm not going to go into everything because I do want to go out for a little bit and then come right back. So, moving on with that. Alright, so we started with the opening video tied into the 1980s nostalgia era. Why not? Look back at how big this show has been in the 1980s, a little bit of the 90s, and coming back in the 2000s. But 44 episodes now. And we got number 45 coming July the 18th at the mecca of all sports arenas, and that's Madison Square Garden, which will probably be home to Game 1 of the NBA Finals, because the Knicks are probably going to sweep the Cavs tonight. I don't personally care if the Cavs win. I mean, good, but, yeah, you get one win, and then you have New York at least win Game 5 or 6. Well, actually, probably be Game 5. Because I think it's 1-1-1, so it'll be Game 5 in New York, Game 6 in Cleveland, and Game 7 in New York pretty much by the end of this week. But then again, you never know. And with Oklahoma City and the Spurs are now at 2, Game 5 will be, I believe, in Oklahoma City on Tuesday night. That series should end by the end of the week, so by the end of this week, we got the finals all set up. I don't know when it starts. I think probably by June 1st, I think. But so next week, the NBA Finals will be done. The the NHL Finals, the Stanley Cup Finals will be pretty much set. Probably going to be the Golden Knights of Las Vegas, who already won a Stanley Cup in their history, probably taking on the Montreal Canadiens, who have like more Stanley Cups than the Yankees have titles. So it's going to be an interesting, end to basketball and hockey. We got that. Yankees won today in KC. Mets laid another egg. Nolan McLean, I thought he was going to be good. Nope. Last few starts have just sucked dick. And last check, they were losing 7-0. Pretty much lost that game. So they are on a 4-game losing streak. I mean, after beating the Yankees up, they go on the road. They win 2 out of 3 from Washington, which I thought was nice. And then they go right to Miami, who's giving them problems every year since so long. Since really 2007, if you think about it. And the Mets just got swept out of Miami. And now, they already lost the first game of the series at home against Cincinnati. And we got Game 2 tomorrow, Game 3 on Wednesday, and then they have an off day Thursday. Then you got the Marlins again this coming weekend to end the month. But not looking good, guys. It's almost June 1st, and we're like looking at the standings. The Mets are not even in contention right now for anything. Even a wild card spot. It's just sad. So I think they're going to be sellers at the trade deadline, and I'm looking at next year right now, man. I'm waiting for football season with the Niners! Get me to August already, so I can start thinking about fucking football. Then I can worry about the Niners and maybe the Jets too, but right now, I care less about the New York Mets right now. And even the Cyclones here in Brooklyn. They suck too. Woo! 20-some-odd games under 500. And they won the title last year. So, a total 180 for the baby Mets. And even the big Mets right now. Total 180. But it is what it is. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, enough about that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Saturday's main event. Alright, so we started with the nostalgic video. Match number 1, a 6-woman tag team match. We had the baddies, BFAB, Mia Yim, and Jade Cargill taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion, Mommy Rhea Ripley, My Brutality, and Charlexa, the Queen, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. It was a pretty good match. This was actually the best match on the show. I'm like, wait a minute, what? They went all over the place. But we're going to get to the end. Miriam and BFAB dropped Charlotte and Lexi, and everybody is all down. Big Tag brings in Mommy Rhea Ripley for a big old showdown before Clash in Italy with Jade. Fans are going completely berserk. So to go at it, Mommy hits Jade with Riptide, but Mia Yim made the save, only to get attacked by Charlotte Flair. And then Mommy and Charlotte make peace, and like, hey, Jade, suck it, you know? So I'm like, okay, then. The friend of my enemy is my friend. So they make peace. Lexi approves. She's like, yay! Do a little pose, yay, hug. But Jade comes back and beats all of them up. Kicks Rhea right in the face. Picks her up, hits Jaded! 1, 2, 3. She pins the SmackDown Women's Champion in under 17 minutes. Now she has the advantage going into this Friday night SmackDown from Barcelona. See what happens there. Plus the kickoff show that day. Well, not that day, because I think it's Saturday in Italy. The kickoff show is Saturday, I believe. But they're going to be in Spain on Friday, which makes no sense. Why would you be in Spain on Friday, then the pay-per-view's in Italy on Sunday? I mean, it's like a hop, skip, and jump, you know. Not much of a hop, skip, and jump, but it just makes no sense to have SmackDown in Barcelona, then you have the pay-per-view on Sunday in Italy, then Monday you're in the same place, you're in Italy, then on Friday, next Friday, you're going to Paris for 2 shows, for Raw and SmackDown in Paris, and then the week after that, you're back in the States for like a week. And then we're going over to Jolly Old England, love. Well, that's like right before the end of June. We're going to London for a couple shows. And then pretty much, then we're going to Saudi Arabia for SmackDown, I believe. Then Night of Champions is the next night, the 27th. And then, I don't know if Raw's going to be in Saudi Arabia after that on the 29th. And then July, we're pretty much in the States for a while. Maybe go to Canada here and there, but I don't know. I think the scheduling is kind of fucked up. That's just me. But, so if you have a VPN this Friday, put it on because, you know, unless you want to watch it later and not get spoiled, because I'm going to be watching it. I might spoil it on Friday afternoon, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so B-Fab, Mia Yim, and Jade Cargill get the win after Jaded on Mommy Rhea Ripley. That's that. Great match. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Saturday's main event. That's that. Alright, then All Ego did a pose. Ethan Page ready to win the Intercontinental title from Pentagon. And it's going to be his biggest night ever. Will we win? Well, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we get a recap of the resident Surfer Girl, Sol Ruka, and the man, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. Sol's a big new signing from NXT, got a big reaction on her first night in WWE, even though she botched the Soul Snatcher, and then, you know, mocked her and everything. Sol stood up for herself, got the match, albeit non-title. I'll get that. Alright, then we go to Sol. She's ready to show Becky that the next generation is here, and it's just going to take one Soul Snatcher. See what happens with that. Then Becky says her usual, Sports Illustrated said I'm the greatest woman of all time. Well, Sports Illustrated can suck a dick because you're not the greatest women's champion of all time. Not even Liv Morgan. Sorry, Liv. It's Asuka. I mean, Liv can say she's the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time! And the greatest women's champion of all time! Ha 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 ha! Well, you're really not. It's Asuka. Thank you. We move on. Alright, match number 2. Sol Ruka and Becky Lynch. This was garbage. Garbage match, garbage finish. Sol Ruka is back with a shot to the face as the bell rang, and Wade Barrett's like, that was a cheap shot, that was bad news! And Cole's like, please. Shut up. Anyway, close line says Becky outside, Sol Ruka with a moonsault. takes her down on the outside. They throw it back in. Soul goes to the Soul Snatcher. It gets broken up. So Soul tries it again. Becky throws Jessica Carr into the ropes. Soul comes off. Boom! Botched. Fucking another botched Soul Snatcher. It looked like Jessica Carr legit got hurt. So just like, fuck. DQ. So we got a DQ finish. I'm like, come on, really? So I gave the match 1.5 out of 5 stars. It was garbage. Stupid fucking ending. And then after the match, Becky teases leaving, lays out Sol Ruca with a belt shot and a manhandle slam. And then she does it again. I'm like, come on. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna get a title rematch at Clash in Italy, which Nick Aldis makes. So round 2, Electric Boogaloo at Clash in Italy for the Women's Intercontinental title. I was just having a no disqualification match, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that match was just the worst. Worst garbage. Alright, Pentagon Zero Miedo talks about the differences between himself and Ethan Page, saying he's here to defend the title, and that's it. Alright, we get that. Alright, speaking of the Intercontinental title, we got a video on the importance of that. And, yeah, pretty well, nice video showing, like, Macho Man Randy Savage, oh yeah! You know, all the other people have held the Intercontinental belt. Ric Flair. Yeah, Ric Flair held the Intercontinental title for like a very short time. Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Carlito. I mean, so many. Ricky Dragon Steamboat. You know, people like that. That was very well produced. I loved it. Alright, like I said, in the back, Becky runs into Nick Aldis, who has just talked to Adam Pearce, the Raw GM. The rematch is on for Clash in Italy, and it is for the Women's Intercontinental title. There you go. Moving on. Alright, then we see the Irresistible Forces, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. Get shit done. They're ready to win back the women's tag team titles from Paige and Brie Bella, because they're bigger, they're stronger, and they're sexier. And the belts look better on them anyway. Well, that's true. The Nostalgia Tour's got to end. We get that. Alright, match number 3 for the Intercontinental title, Ethan Page and Pentagon. This was a pretty good match. 14.5 minutes exactly. We're getting to the end. They trade kicks to face for a double down. Ethan is back up with the Confidence Breaker. Whatever that is. I think it's like choke slam into a backbreaker. Something like that. Pentagon comes back with a Penta Driver for a near fall. Goes up top. Ethan grabs a super power slam. Damn. 2.99999999999 Batman 5. Ethan's all frustrated. Pulls off the turnbuckle pad. The referee's like, no. He goes over to fix it. And then, which allows Ethan to pull off the second one. And Pentagon is sent into the turnbuckle for a near fall. But he comes back, sends Ethan Page into the exposed turnbuckle. And then a springboard Mexican Destroyer. 1, 2, 3, and still your reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion Pentagon in exactly 14.5 minutes. Match was good, so I give it 3 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Alright, after that, Paige and Brie Bella are ready to retain their women's tag team belts. Paige knows this is supposed to be Nikki Bella's slot, but I'm going to fight anyway. Okay. Yeah, because Nikki's coming back pretty soon, so your little reign as tag team champion is going to be fading away, and you're going to classify yourself as obsolete! Obsolete! Pretty much. We got that. Alright, match number 4. We see the Street Profits won the tag team belts. That's in the main event. Talk about that in a minute. For the women's tag team belts, Nia Jax and Lash Legend taking on Brie Bella and Paige. Kind of a cool down match. Wasn't great for under 8.5 minutes. Paige sends Lash outside. Nia misses a charge into the ring post. Ow! That was the hot tag to Brie Bella. Comes in, cleans house with the yes kicks. Only for Nia to hit a Samoan drop, because she's Samoan. Yes, she is. Don't give me that shit. She's not Samoan! She is of Samoan leniency, dumb fucks. Anyway, Lash as a middle rope splash from the fall. Brie is right back up, brings in Paige, who gets a fruit roll up on Nia Jax, and with Brie offering assistance somehow, some way they retain the belts. In under 8.5 minutes. Match wasn't even that great. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. That's what it was, and what it is. And I think this week, I think they're facing Bayley and Light Up that Kitty at the Lassie Beach from Ireland this tonight. We'll get that. All right, then we get a video on the tag team titles, like a bunch of them, because all the tag team titles in WWE is insane. The history of the tag titles is about as, it's, the tag titles are, the divisions is so complicated, it feels like quantum physics, But now, they take out every good tag team, like the Motor City Machine Guns, the Wyatt Six, and I think Los Garza's gone too. Who's left? We're gonna build up, now you wanna focus on the tag team division now there, Hunter? Too late, you got no tag teams. Idiot. Oh well. Anyway, main event, the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford taking on Austin Theory and Logan Paul with My Name is Paul Heyman at ringside. This was okay, not bad about it. Get to the end, everything breaks down. Montez with a big flippy dippity-doo on Logan Paul. Sets up the Doomsday Blockbuster, usually their finisher, for Neil Thorne, Austin Theory, as Logan Paul made the save, and then Montez with a big running flippy dippity doo over the freaking ring post, takes on the champions again, but then Braun Breaker! He comes out and goes Zzzz! He goes Zzzz! Does his run around the ring post, about to do his spear of doom, but Montez jumped over him, and Angelo Dawkins with the bounce! Period. Over the announcer's table, didn't it? Michael Cole? Damn! Then Montez goes up top with the frog splash from the heavens. Not as great as Eddie's, but, right, Eddie? No, that's it, no! Okay. Big frog splash. Paul Heyman makes the save, putting Austin Theory's leg on the rope. And that let Logan Paul get his brass knucks, knock Montez Ford the fuck out, and not even Bianca Belair can wake him up. And then Theory just laid his arm over and knocked out Montez Ford. 1, 2, 3, and still the Raw Tag Team title champions division in exactly 16.5 minutes. Joy. Great. We get that. Match was actually good. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Division go to leave. But then Braun Breaker comes in and annihilates the Street Profits once again with the double super spear. And that was it. No Seth Rollins to help out this time. So, I can only imagine what they're going to say if they see Seth Rollins. Where were you? You told me not to be around you. Oh, right. Dumb. So, we'll see what happens with that. Probably be a rematch by Clash. Not that many matches so far. There's only been 4 matches, I think. 4 matches announced on probably be like a 5 or 6 match card. So, I would assume that the pay-per-view is going to go from at least 2 to 4:30, 2 to 5 at least, on Sunday afternoon. And don't forget, Saturday night, we got Triple A pay-per-view, Noches de las Grandes, a 2-night event. So we got this week and next week, we got a Triple A pay-per-view, or an event, basically. Not a pay-per-view, it's an event. So, as we're getting closer to Aniversario in Puerto Rico, that's at the end of June. East is going to be a part of that. Because that's basically the WrestleMania of Puerto Rico. And then we got Triple A Aniversario in August, right? I think it's in August. That's a 2-night event, but it's different dates. One is on like a Friday, and then the other one's I think a week later. Or no, in September I think it is. not anniversary. Sorry, Triple Mania. Triple Mania is in September for Triple A. That's their WrestleMania. But one's on a Friday night right after SmackDown, and then I think the other one's on pretty much on a Sunday night when we're watching fucking football. I don't like that scheduling at all. Friday night schedule I'm fine with. If it was just one night, I would put it on right after SmackDown. But the second night, I don't like at all. If it was like Friday and Saturday, I would be okay with that, because there's really nothing on Saturday except for, well, maybe the start of college football. But nobody's gonna care. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get all the way to September. But that's that. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go step out for a little walk with the missus, and then I'll be right back. Probably about a half hour or so. I'm gonna take a quick half-hour walk with the missus, and then come right back. And then get ready for Monday Night Raw. Have my sensible dinner. I was supposed to go to dinner with the family, but yeah, my mom and dad are not feeling well, so we decided to just chill for tonight. Maybe go over on next weekend to kind of make up for that. So it happens, ladies and gentlemen. But the weather could affect us, and we're just in a lot of pain. We're sick. We're just Now I'm kind of right now. So, but I'm gonna try to go out and clear my head. Mrs. wants to go out, so I'm gonna do that right now. So thank you for watching, guys. Saturday's main event. I thought it was a pretty good show. I gave it 7.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. And like Trick Woody would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright, I'll be back for Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Well, to watch Monday Night Raw. After Raw, we'll talk about NXT, and then we will talk about a great Double or Nothing pay-per-view tomorrow afternoon. As we get ready for NXT tomorrow, we'll talk about that. Get you ready for Dynamite on Wednesday, so we're all caught up. And then we'll talk about Raw as well, pretty much maybe tomorrow night as well. We'll see. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.